Anyways, going back to the topic, we're going to talk about thermal roof surveys and what is a thermal roof inspection. Rob, do you kind of know how it works, or what's?
Do I know how it works?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're using a thermal. What do you mean?
I mean, to explain to the audience, what is a thermal roof inspection? What does it all entail, or do you know
basically
the science from behind it?
No, I don't really know the science.
Oh, hell no!
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, everyone. This is the Roofing Podcast, number 3, and we're doing it country style today for you folks. And always with me is my co-host, Robert Osbrooks. How you doing today, bro?
Good.
Awesome. So yeah, we're doing it a little bit different. I'm doing this for you, Rob. These past few podcasts that we've been doing, I just kind of noticed you're just kind of like sitting back, and I know that this is kind of a little bit out of your element, but I figured, hey, let's do it country style, because Rob's a big fan of country music. Ain't that right, Rob?
That's right.
All right. So anyways, what we're going to be talking about today is thermal roof surveys. And what are thermal roof surveys? Do you know, Rob?
I think I've got a good idea.
Yeah, well, good. Well, that's something we're going to talk about. We're going to talk a little bit about some hunting and everything else in between, I guess, life in general. So we feel good about these podcasts. We still got the little nervous things that are going on. This is still new to us, but I think we're getting more and more better as we go along. So I think we're going to have a good show today.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. So Rob, how you doing today? How you feeling?
Feel like $1 million.
You feel like $1 million. So
no, not really, but
so I know. Again, I just want to say thank you, Rob, for participating in this podcast with me. I know it's kind of it's a little hard. People think doing these podcasts are, I can do that. They see someone do it. I can talk for 10 minutes straight or 20 minutes straight, but it really is a challenge because we always have to think ahead when you're doing these things. So it's a little bit challenging, but like with all things, you get better in time, hopefully. So
if not, we'll just have to shut it down.
Yeah, we're gonna just sell all our equipment that we purchased, our initial investment.
No, you'll get better.
But
I may not get better.
Yeah, I just need you to be here, man. You're just my support group,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I wanted to talk about before we get into the main topic. I kind of wanted to just address some of the things that what I try not to do when I'm doing these podcasts. One of the things that it's really hard amongst just trying to be entertaining and just trying to talk about whatever is not to say and I have a sign right here that says reminder, don't say So I don't know, that's kind of hard, isn't it?
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I'll have to go back and watch and see how many times I say it.
Well, I've been saying a lot, and on the last podcast I said a lot, so I'm trying not to say it. So, but that's one of the challenges, when you're doing these podcasts, is try not to prolong what you're trying to say. But
yeah.
Well,
so let's get to it.
Yeah, well, I wanted to talk about. I have a story about Rob, and it's kind of funny. Rob, when we went hunting this last time, I'm in his truck, and he likes to play country music. That's why I put on the country, country song intro. But and he knows how I feel about it. I'm not a big country fan. I mean, I come from a big country town, Lubbock, Texas. You can't get any more country than that. But I'm just not a big fan of today's country music, and he was kind of forcing me to listen to it. And I was like, okay, I'll be open-minded. He was like, no, this is good stuff. Do you remember?
I remember.
All right, so The first,
where the story's going.
well, the story I'm gonna tell you where in the first song, it was I was listening to it and I swear it was Britney Spears' redneck cousin that was singing it. It was popish, wasn't it? And you're like, oh no, this is not a good song, man. I said, he goes, wait till the next song, and I believe it or not, the next song that came on was a country rap song. And I'm like, oh man, they're messing it up, man. He's like, oh no. Trust me, if you wait till the next song will be, even better. Or this one's not good, And I said, okay. So I was like, the third song is, what's that guy, Stapleton or whatever?
Chris Stapleton.
Yeah. And I was listening, and it was a decent song, but I was listening to the lyrics, and I was like, this sounds familiar. And it clicked on me. I was like, this is a Metallica song. I was like, really? Is country music that far out where people are having to redo these a metal song into country? I mean, what do you think about? What's your take on all that? I mean, now some of the country artists saying that, even in the country industry, country music industry, they're saying it's dying. I mean, what do you think?
I guess it is kind of. I mean, the old country is kind of it's still there. Most people still listen to it. Most people have kind of changed to that Texan, country music. The mainstream stuff, they've kind of just turned it off. So
yeah. So that's how I feel about it. So, anyways, again, that's why I went back with the country song intro. I mean, I'm gonna try to do different intros, but I just wanted to open Rob up a little bit. He, get him out of his shell. So, So tell me, Rob, you had a hunting trip not too long ago, right?
I did,
and it was in West Texas, right?
Yes, it was.
So, what were you hunting?
Where or what?
What were you hunting?
I was hunting antelope.
Antelope, right?
Yep, never shot one before, so it was my first antelope hunt, and luckily it was successful.
Yeah. So, Rob, and I'm not gonna. It's no secret. I'm kind of new to the whole hunting deal, but I was asking Rob questions about it. I was like, yeah, well, that's awesome, and I said,
how many did you get?
Yeah, I said, how many did you get? And he made me feel kind of dumb. He was like, what did you say?
Yeah.
What did you say?
You can't, I don't know. You just can't shoot them all, man. There's not going to be any left. It's like
see, when I think of hunting, this is what I think it happens. You just shooting whatever's out there, So that's how I picture it. And then I was like, Rob, so was it a boy deer or a girl deer?
And it was an antelope, by the way.
I'm sorry, a boy antelope or a girl antelope? And he was like, son, you only kill boy antelopes. I said, oh, okay. Well, hey, I don't know. I'm the way I see this is how I see. I envisioned Rob when he goes hunting. So Rob, kind of put it. Can you remember how it was? When you went out there. Hold on. Let's put let's put some nature. Just a little bit of nature.
Yeah.
So you're there, and then who are you with?
Who am I with?
Yeah, who are you with?
Just another guy hunting.
A guide? So you have a hunting guide that you go with on these deals. So you're out there and you're in nature, and it's in the daytime. We kind of set the scene here, and then you see antelope, or how does it? Do you do calls, or what do you do?
No, antelope hunting is pretty simple. I mean, you're just sitting there. You can see them for miles, right? So
right.
Just trying to make sure they get close enough that you can actually shoot one or hit one, I should say, because I'm not an expert shot by any stretch of the imagination. So
right. So you see them, and it's kind of like military. The way I envision, and you talk to your guide, and you're like,
enemy spotted.
Right. No.
Exactly. That's exactly how it sounded too.
And then you see the deer, right? And they're running
antelope.
I'm sorry, the antelope. I stand corrected. It's antelope. So you see the antelope, right? And you're chasing them down, right?
No, you're just sitting.
You're just sitting there. Where do you sit? Like in a blind?
On the ground.
Oh, on the ground, so they can see you?
They could.
All right. So you're not chasing them?
No, they run like what, 60 miles an hour?
Well, see, that's what I think. When I think of antelope, I'm thinking these guys are just like running around like crazy, and this is how they are. They're just running around like this.
Something like that.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's how I envision it. And so you're not chasing them down at all.
No,
So are they kind of taunting you or whatever? I mean, do they?
a little bit.
A little bit.
Sometimes if they see you, they'll come towards you, and then they'll run away, and you just got to be real patient in antelope hunting.
So they kind of taunt you like this.
Do it! Come on, kill me! I'm here! Come on! Do it now! Kill me!
Something like that.
Something like that. All right. So anyway, so you finally see one, and then you shoot it, and you kill it, and that's
Yep,
it.
That's it. Game over
Game over, huh?
for him.
For him, huh? All right.
Yeah.
So and then you came home, and
Yep. Came home. You take it to a processor. You get the meat. You get take the horns and everything to the taxidermist, and then one day you put it back on your wall and show everybody your antelope.
so how long? And you got some of the meat from the antelope, and you freeze it, I guess, right?
Yep.
Right. Okay. And then how long does that last?
Oh, probably about a year.
A year. And what do you cook? What kind of?
Oh, whatever you want. Hamburger, sausage, steaks, you name it.
Well, I'm still waiting for me to try some of that antelope. I don't know. Maybe one of these days you will.
Yeah, I don't have it back from the process.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
So,
So anyways, I just
waiting a
thought,
little longer then.
right? So, I mean, that's how I envisioned when you go out there and go hunting, you know, and I'm waiting to go out for you to take me hunting to whatever, the Nigel, or what do you call them?
Neil guy?
Neil guys.
Yeah.
Neil guys. So we
It's
need
another antelope.
Oh, it's another different antelope. Yeah, we need to take a trip out. I want to probably take some footage when we go out there and we'll take a look at it. So, anyways, going back to the topic, we're going to talk about thermal roof surveys and what is a thermal roof inspection. Rob, do you kind of know how it works, or what's?
Do I know how it works?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're using a thermal. What do you mean?
I mean, to explain to the
It's
audience, you know, what is a thermal roof inspection? What does it all entail, or do you know
Basically, it
the
allows-
science from behind it?
No, I don't really know the science. I don't know the terminology, but basically, you're able to see underneath the roof, see if there's moisture that's penetrated the roof. It kind of just gives you a vision of what's going on below the surface, which in the past we haven't had that opportunity, and so in the past you're kind of just looking for holes in the roofing material. You're looking for where seams have come apart. You're looking for a bunch of different stuff, but with this technology, you can pretty much focus right and pinpoint them. You don't have to go around just trying to hope you find a spot. You'll see the water has penetrated the roof.
Right. So basically, what Rob is saying is, you have a flat roof, and with flat roofs or what they call a low slope roof, water tends to, if there's any holes in the membrane on that roof, regardless of what kind of roof it is seep down into the top layer of the insulation, okay? And when that happens, there's nowhere for the water to go. It just kind of gets trapped within that insulation. And so in the past, most roofing companies or roofers, when they do an inspection, they just kind of look at it and, they kind of, if they feel a bubble, sometimes the bubble will happen and accumulate with the water. Being trapped in the membrane, they kind of tell, oh yeah, there's moisture in here. But what we use with the technology that we have, we can actually see water present underneath the membrane, in between the polyiso or the insulation. So what that does is it really helps us determine how much damage the roof is. If we can do simple repairs, we can pinpoint leaks. So it's very valuable, and the best thing is we do it for free. We offer that to all our customers, So it's very vital information, but a lot of people don't know that these things exist, or they don't know how it works. So basically, just to kind of give you, what's the best way or the best conditions to perform these inspections. And of course you have to have a flat or low slope roof. It has to be clean or dry. The surface has to be clean or dry. That day when we do the inspection, before the inspection in that day, it has to be a warm or mostly sunny. So what happens is, for the reason for that is the sun kind of puts a heat index on the roof, and when the roof is hot, the water turns hot. But in the evening time, when everything's starting to cool down, the roof actually gets cooler, but the water underneath stays warm. So that's how we're able to see it with thermal. So another condition that needs to be, perfect window is little or no wind. And then the night or dusk, when we perform these infrared inspections, they have to be on a clear night. And so those are the factors that come in when we're doing these inspections. So Rob, do you know anything about the process of, how when we first do these inspections or anything like that?
Know anything about the process?
Yeah, like what we do when we first, basically when we first get a call from someone and say, hey, we got a leak, what do we do? What's some of the,
I think in a normal case scenario, we would go out and take a look at the roof and just start evaluating the surface of the roof, right? We're not thermal imaging at that stage of the game. And then from there, we set up a time to go back on a perfect scenario where the roof's dry, it's not a windy day, temperatures are in a good shape, so we can perform a good thermal imaging analysis.
Okay.
That's the standard process.
Yeah, so basically what Rob was saying, we go out there, we do a visual, we take measurements. We when we do the visual, we look at all aspects of the roof, not just the roof itself, but we look at the coping metal, we look at the gutters, we look at the drains, and we take pictures and measurements. And then
And a core.
Oh, and then we also, if the owners allow us, we do a cord, because we want to know, what's on that roof, how many roof layers are.
And that also helps us to set up our thermal equipment based upon the product that's on the roof. Right?
Absolutely.
I mean, different insulations, different products. You're going to have to set up your equipment a little bit different.
Right. And then, if that same day, if we have a little to no wind and it's a clear night, then we'll set up a second, a second inspection to do the thermal. And we'll go out there usually between 7 to 9 o'clock in the evening, where it's not totally dark, but we'll go out there and we'll set everything up. And what we do is we can kind of see all the water with the thermal. You can see it with our little handheld infrared thermal camera. And then in addition to that, we also verify that there's water with another piece of equipment. It's called a Tramex, right, Rob? It's it detects water moisture. It doesn't tell you how much moisture is there, but it just says, yes, there is moisture in this little location. So we kind of go a little bit of the extra mile on that. And then we field mark the areas that are impacted. And Rob usually comes with me on these thermals, so he kind of helps me out on that. And then once we field mark everything, mark and number and do all that jazz, I come back on the third time and we do a flyover with a drone. And then the drone will show all the markings, and then we're able to get all this data, put it all together in a report, and then we put our recommendations, and then we attach an estimate to it. And it's just that simple. And then you have all that information to make a sound decision on your roof, if it needs to be repaired, if it needs to be replaced, or if there's anything. Sometimes we've gone up on roofs, right, Rob, and there's nothing wrong with it, and it may be something else. So,
but the good thing, maybe you're going to talk about this, but the good thing here is the fact that you can take this report, file it away, and then a year from now, 2 years from now, we could do another one, and you can see how the roof's performing over that time period. And this really comes in helpful if you have a big storm, bunch of hail.
Yes.
And then we go back and do the thermal imaging after the storm, and you can say, look, here's what it looked like in 2019, and this is what it looks like in 2021, and just hand that right over to your insurance company.
Yeah. So I mean, that's awesome. I mean, and that way there's no dispute. You have actual evidence backing you up when you're dealing with these insurance groups, So, so that's another plus. So
And the insurance company appreciates it, right?
Oh yeah,
Because, I mean, they had whenever they go to look at your roof, they need to find evidence to support a claim, and any information you can give the insurance company is helpful for them. So look at it from both sides of the equation here, not just us helping us get a new roof for our customer, but it's also helping the insurance company get the roof for the customer too.
Right. So, going back, some of the advantages, these thermal roof inspections do for you as a facility manager or a facility owner or building owner. This is just great information. When we pull out these reports, we're very detail oriented. So,
Sonny's very detailed.
Yeah, and there's pictures and everything. All our claims are backed up by either photos or data, metadata. So, the advantages, we can detect problems that are visually identified, so that's why we use this equipment, this technology. It's non-invasive, so we don't have to tear into your roof to find out if there's your insulation's wet. It's cost effective, or it's free. In our case, we do this for free. And then you can also plan your project accurately, and it saves time and money. And the best thing is, it can avoid unnecessary estimates. We've done some talked to some folks, and they say, oh yeah, the last roofing company said we need to replace it, and we do the thermal, and it's like, no, there's really nothing wrong with it, So, and we have the evidence to back that up, so to back that claim up. So, but yeah, man, this is a really, if you have a roof, you have leaks, or you have issues, or you just want to know, hey man, what's going on up there, give us a call, and we'll be glad to go out there and take a look at it. And if it's a good candidate for the thermal, we can set that up and move forward on that. But Rob, anything else that you want to talk about as far in regards to thermal roof surveys, or?
No, I think you pretty much covered it. I mean, we could talk about hunting.
We can talk about hunting again.
But
I don't know.
I think they probably want to hear about thermal imaging roof surveys.
Right. All right. Well, we'll just we'll kind of end this on a high note again. We're gonna go. I don't know. You want to try a different? I have a different outro song. Let me see this one.
That's perfect.
Yeah. So, anyways, so on the next podcast, we're gonna talk about residential roofs.
Residential roofs.
Yeah.
I guess that's where I come in.
Yeah, well, with residential roofs, it's not just residential roofs. We're also going to talk about multifamily roofs too, that use the same kind of, the composition roof. So it's not just residential roofing; it's also multifamily.
Maybe we can bring another expert in on this call.
Maybe, yeah, we can always use another
There's
host.
a million residential roofing experts, so I bet we can twist somebody's arm.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if we can do that.
Or
So
I should say they call themselves residential roofing
Right.
experts.
So if you have any questions, or please like and subscribe. If you want to reach out to us, it's sunny@compassroofing.com or robert@compassroofing.com. You can check us out on the web, www.compassroofing.com, or you can call us directly at 817-349-3129. Robert,
Yes, sir.
take us out, man. What do you...
I've got nothing.
All right. Well, thank you for listening in to the Roofing Podcast number 3, Country Style. And y'all folks have a good rest of the week. Y'all take care. See y'all.